today I will be doing a romantic Valentine's Day makeup look. This is the final product. If you are interested in finding out how to recreate this look, then just keep watching. For primer today, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Lock-It Featherweight Primer. This is actually the old packaging, but from what I understand, it's still the same. So I'm just gonna take a little bit and rub that all over my face. For foundation today, I will be using the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. I am in the shade Medium 52. This is also the old packaging. To prime my eyes, I'm going to be using the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. This is just a travel size or a mini that I got with the Lorac palette. I actually meant to do my eyes first, but oops. Next, I'm going to be going in with my Ben Nye Fireworks Fantasy Wheel, and I'm going to take this white shade. To apply the white shade, I'm going to use a small concealer brush. This is from BH Cosmetics. And placing that all on my eyelids. Next, I'm going to take my Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I am going to just take the shade Tempura and put that in my crease just so that whatever I put in my crease blends out evenly. I'm just going to take the shader brush by Coastal Scents and just sweep it right above and onto my brow bone so that everything else blends evenly. Next, I'm going to take Buon Fresco with a fluffy blending brush. This is from Morphe brushes, and I'm just going to put that into my crease. Next, I'm going to be taking this tapered blending brush, also by Morphe, and then using Love Letter, and I'm going to take that to my outer corner, and I'm going to be very soft with this. This Love Letter is very pigmented, so I'm just gonna go very lightly. I'll build up the shade if I want it to be any darker. I'm not gonna let the shade go beyond the middle of my eyelid. I want to keep it to my outer corner as much as possible. And then with the excess, I'm just going to blend it up into my crease a little bit just to bring some pink into the purple. Next, I'm going to take this burnt orange with the same brush and just go over it a little bit. I just want to warm up my eye a little more. I'm going to go over it and into the crease again. Homer! Does anyone else have really crepey eyes like I do? Crepey eyelids, I mean? Homer is going insane. Homer! That's silly. Silly kitty. Please ignore Homer. He is going insane. With this slightly bigger blending brush by Morphe, I'm going to blend everything all out using Tempura. I just want to fade the color a little more seamlessly from my crease to my brow bone. So I'm going to take the slightly bigger blending brush. They look identical, but one just has longer bristles. And I'm just going to place that right onto my brow bone and just blend out these harsh lines. Going back into the Ben Nye Fireworks wheel, I'm going to again take the white and just kind of go over the inner corner because some of the eyeshadow from the Anastasia palette went onto there, so I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. and just intensify the inner corner again. Comment down below if you have really crepey eyelids like I do. I want to know where my crepey eyelids people are because they know the struggle. You guys will know the struggle of crepey eyelids. I'm just going to take one of the other blending brushes and just kind of blend out some imperfections. To set that white shade, I'm going to take the same concealer brush and I'm going to be using the color Primavera and using that on top kind of as a way to set the eyeshadow, but I also want a little more gold. The white base was just to have something stickier for the shade to stick onto, and that way it would show up more pigmented than if I were to put it on just a dry base. With this Bodyography Pro brow brush, I'm going to be using the brush side to do a little wing. I'm going to take the shade Red Ochre and I'm just gonna make a wing. I don't want a super dark wing, which is why I am using this eyeshadow to create a wing. I'm going to come back to the eyes after I finish all of the rest of my face makeup. I'm first going to use the Bye Bye Under Eye Illumination from IT Cosmetics. This is just the little baby sample that I got from my IPSY bag. If you have not seen my IPSY bag unbagging, I will put a card up, wherever it would be, up here, so that you can check that out. I'll also link it down below. And I'm only putting it on the inner corners because this is a little too dark for me. It's in the shade Tan, but since it is too dark, it's a good orange for covering up my dark circles. You always want to combat blues with orange, and this is an illuminating concealer, so that means it will make my under eyes just slightly brighter. And I'm choosing to use my finger right now to blend it into my skin just because I want the heat of my finger to warm up the product and spread it out a little more evenly, and then I will be going over it with my beauty blender. Next, I'm going to be using my Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer in the shade Medium Light Neutral, and just placing that under my eye in a triangle shape. I'm also going to use this concealer to highlight my face and then use my beauty blender. To set everything in place, I'm going to be using my RCMA No Color Powder. To set under my eyes, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. small tapered brush. For the rest of my face, I'm going to be using this Morphe powder brush. Going back to my eyes, I'm just going to take this contour eyeshadow by Valentine. I'm basically going to do the same thing that I did on my eyelids on the bottom minus the shimmer shade. So I'm going to take Bueno Fresco, light purple shade, go under my eye. Then I'm going to take a tiny bit of Love Letter and keep that on the outer corner, the very outer corner, and very lightly apply this. Like I said, it's very pigmented, and I'm just doing it on like the outer 1/4. Wiping off whatever's left on there and then going in and blending it out. Then going in with Burnt Orange and going over the whole bottom lash line. For eyeliner, I'm going to be using the MAC Eye Kohl in the shade Power Surge. It's like a dark golden color. And I'm also going to use that on my tight line. As usual, I'm going to curl my lashes. And then, of course, I'm going to be using my CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara in Waterproof. Who knows, on Valentine's Day, maybe you'll start crying or something because your significant other did something really sweet, or maybe you'll be crying because you don't have a date, who knows. Steven and I do not celebrate Valentine's Day. Comment down below if you don't celebrate Valentine's Day, even if you have a significant other to celebrate it with. My birthday is the day before Valentine's Day. Oh, balls. I got it on my eye. Whatever. Anyway, since my birthday is the day before, and we usually celebrate my birthday, obviously, the day before, but also it is such a Hallmark holiday, and we just aren't that kind of people. We're not like super romantic people either. So moving on to the rest of my face, I am going to take the Kat Von D Shade and Light. I just realized I'm using a lot of Kat Von D stuff today. But anyway, the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. I'm going to be using this shade to contour my cheeks, as well as slightly bronze my cheeks. And as usual, I'll be using my Real Techniques buffing brush to do so. And my temples, across my head. This is to kind of make my forehead seem sun-kissed and a little smaller. I do have quite a big forehead. And then under my chin and at my jawline, so that, you know, it shows that I have a jawline and it makes your face a little more slim. And then whatever's on the excess, I just like to use that down my nose, the sides of my nose, as a little bit of contouring. For my brows, I use the same thing all the time now. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer. Mine is in the shade Medium Brown. I don't like using anything to set my brows. I don't know why. Don't ask me. For blush, I'm going to be using the Milani Powder Blush in the shade Romantic Rose. And I will be using my very dirty Real Techniques Blush Duo Fiber Blush Brush. It's actually just a face brush, but I'm gonna use that. Just get it all in there. To blend that all together, I'm just going to take the same brush I used for setting my face and just brush over that to blend everything out. I don't like a super harsh blush, so I just like to blend my contour and my blush all together. For highlight, I'm going to be using the Morphe highlight palette, and as usual, I'll be using this shade. I'll actually be using this whole middle row, so I'll be dipping it into each of those using my Morphe fan brush. If you have not noticed by now, I really enjoy a pink highlighter. And then again, I'm just going to lightly go over the edges, the bottom edges of that highlight so that everything is blended out a little more. For my lips, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Aqua Lip Lip Liner in the shade 3C. For lipstick, I'm going to be using the Bella Pierre Cosmetics Kiss Proof Lip Cream in the shade Antique Pink. You can choose to stop here if you'd like, or you can add eyelashes like I'm about to. I'm going to be using the Eyelure Textured Eyelashes in the number 117. And since this takes me forever to do, I'm going to be doing it off camera, and I will be back in just a second. I almost forgot about my inner corner. By the way, there's the lashes. This one's all wonky, I know, but I'm taking these off right away. But this is the look with eyelashes, and I'm using the Eyelure number 117. For my inner corner highlight, I'm going to take Vermeer. I'm going to use that on the inner corners of my eyes to brighten up my eyes even more. And that completes this look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful Valentine's Day, whether you celebrate it or not. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!